Hello and welcome back to another video of mine. Today I'm going to be talking about the 10 things I loved about living in Korea and some of the things you can expect if you ever visit or move there. So the last video wasn't that negative. Some people took it as negative. So I thought I'd talk about the things I absolutely loved about living in South Korea. In no particular order, starting with number 1 are the people. The Korean natives, the ones I've met at least, are so welcoming. I didn't experience any racism personally, especially when they find out I speak Korean. They just light up and they get so happy, and then we have like little conversations. I don't normally like small talk, but when it's in Korean you feel super proud, and they're just curious about me, and they're like, why'd you come to Korea? Why'd you learn Korean? And they give me so many compliments on my language skills, and it just makes me so happy. I remember I went to a restaurant by myself. It was like a 24-hour thing. I think it was like 11 p.m. And the owner, she sat down with me after she gave me my food, and she kept talking to me. She's like, wow, you eat Korean food so well. It's spicy. Your Korean is good. Stuff like that. She also gave me a free scoop of ice cream. That was very nice, and that was just such a nice, wholesome interaction. I'm glad I was able to meet people like that. I was worried at first because I was so different that I wouldn't be accepted, but you don't have to worry about that. Reason number 2, the cheap clothing. I'm sure many of you have heard of Hongdae, and Hongdae is known for like its shopping, and the clothes are so cheap. You go to Hongdae or Iwa, or any college area really, you get a shirt for $5, a dress for $8, you can get a skirt for $8, and they're so cute. The quality isn't the best a lot of the times, but if you take care of it and wash it in delicate loads, it'll be fine. If you like more expensive things or designer, go to Gangnam. I remember when I first went to Korea for the first time, it was around March. I assumed because it was almost spring that it was already kind of transitioning into the warm weather. I was very wrong. It took almost 2 months for it to get warm. So I had to buy a bunch of winter clothes. Thank goodness the clothes are so cheap, so it wasn't that bad, but still kind of annoying. So while we're talking about cheap clothes, let's move on to number 3. The third thing I loved about living in Korea was the cheap food. Oh my goodness. There were street food carts everywhere. You get good food, very cheap. Restaurants were cheap. And even though the food was very affordable, they'd give you so much of it. Like, you'd get the main dish, and then you'd have a bunch of little side dishes called banchan. It was just so delicious. And that is how I gained 15 pounds in Korea. No regrets. I don't regret any of it. It was so good. I think when you go to Korea, the food will be one of the highlights of your trips. It's so good. So, reason number 4? 5? The 5th thing I loved about Korea was the delivery. I did get food delivery a lot, and the food is already cheap. The delivery was cheap and very fast, extremely fast. I remember I think I ordered chicken and tteokbokki. I was really hungry that day, but I ordered both and it came in 15 minutes. I was like, what? It was so fast. In the US, we wait an hour for a pizza. At least where I am. If you have a Korean phone number and you can read basic Korean, I recommend this app called Yogyo. You put in your address, and then they have a full list of what you can order, similar to like DoorDash. What's that other one? Postmates. It's just so good. I've gotten chicken, Korean food, Korean street food. I've gotten Chinese food, Japanese food, whatever I was craving. It was there so fast, and you don't have to tip. Also, one compliment that I got when I ordered delivery, so they'll call you, they'll say, hello, your food is here, and I say, okay, I'm coming. And then when I opened the door, he was like, whoa, your Korean was so good, I thought you were Korean. And I was like, thank you so much. Oh, that's the best compliment, when they say your pronunciation is good. Okay, moving on. Transportation. Oh my goodness. If you look at this map, there are so many stops in this city. It is crazy. It's just so convenient. I don't have words for it. I didn't really take public transportation a lot back home, so coming to Korea, It was a bit of a shock, but you get used to it fast. I recommend these apps: Subway app, the bus app, and Kakao Taxi. The subway stop at 12 a.m. so if you're out at a bar with friends or whatever and you need to get home, call a taxi and they will get you to where you want to go. The sixth thing I loved about living in Korea was the location of the country. In the US, it's this big country, and if you want to go anywhere else outside of the United States and Canada, it's going to take you forever to get there. But if you're in Korea, you could take like a quick weekend trip to Japan for $100. It's so affordable, and you get to experience a whole different culture. Maybe you want to go to Japan, you want to go to China, Vietnam. So I really like how the countries are close together. I know Europe is like that too. Moving on to the next reason. Reason number 8 that I love Korea were the themed cafes. Oh my goodness. I made a vlog a while ago and I just went cafe hopping. The cafes are amazing. They have so many cool themes. There's like a pool theme, a earthy theme, like a plant. There's a chemist theme. I don't even know how to describe some of them. They even have animals at some of the cafes, like cat cafes, dog cafes. I've been to a raccoon cafe. It's crazy. It's a fun hangout place to go with your friends, do homework, or just hang out. You won't be bored. The next reason I love Korea are the jjimjilbangs. We do not have these in the US. Okay, let's take it back a little. If you don't know what a jjimjilbang is, it's basically a bathhouse, a naked spa. So men and women are separate, but you go in your bath area, you're completely naked. You gotta take all your clothes off and you're bathing together. There are different temperatures of water, so there's like a 20 Celsius, 10 Celsius, I don't know. I just know there was hot and cold. Do that. There are saunas, you'd go in naked. And then after you get dressed, you put the jjimjilbang outfit on. I'm sure you've seen it in dramas. I did a video about it once too. You would go to the common areas, meet up with your friends if you have different gender friends. And you'd eat, you'd get a massage, facial, just hang out. It's so fun. It's relaxing. I didn't go until towards the end of my stay in Korea. I went with my friend and I became obsessed after that. I went almost every day until I left Korea. It was so much fun, and I definitely recommend it if you ever come to Korea, just at least once. It's less scary with a friend because they've never done it either. Another reason I love Korea was the little bits of home I could find. I came to this country wanting to learn about their culture, but sometimes I just missed home. And I really liked how I could find like an American restaurant or even just a McDonald's, something that'll remind me of home. If you're in Mexico, they have a lot of Mexican food. If you're from France, sorry to disappoint you, but Korean desserts are If you go to Itaewon, you can find a lot of different cultures and different culture restaurants and other foreigners. Maybe you just miss speaking English, I don't know. So I really liked how I could find a random American restaurant. It just makes me feel better. And then, the next day I'd go back to eating Korean food. I'm like, oh, Korea, yay! Okay, and the last reason I'm going to talk to you about today is there is history everywhere. It is crazy to me. I remember you would see super tall skyscrapers, beautiful, modern, amazing buildings, but then next to it you'd have like a palace that was built so many years ago in like the Joseon dynasty. I don't even know how long ago that was, but it was just so beautiful and crazy how it's still there. And then you'd have temples and other palaces, and it was nice to learn a little bit about their culture every day. So yeah, those are all my reasons about why I loved living in Korea. It wasn't all of them, of course. It was an amazing experience, and I hope my last video didn't discourage any of you. I know some of you commented that, but I hope maybe this video would give you the guts to go again. And yeah, I'm really glad that you came and watched this far into my video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Bye!